Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you're listening to the Juan Epstein podcast, Syph will be here in a second. He's talking to DJ Khaled. I think they're trying to reunite their friendship. And my good friend and a friend of Cypher's, Donald Glover, is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey.
First time. This is the first time you've done Juan Epstein. Actually, I think you've done real.
We've been in this room before. We did.
I think we did a real late interview in here, and I think me and Syph just interviewed like for video and stuff.
Yeah, one time.
But this is different. The podcast
is
it's different. We can just totally
talk. I can say dick.
You can say dick. We can say, hey, shit. You can say dick as much as you want, man. If you want to make this all about dicks,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't, but
all right,
it is comforting to know that I can say it.
If you wanted to go there, you could.
I don't know where this is gonna go. That's like I don't.
Yes, that's right. Let's leave it open. Maybe you do decide you want to talk about dicks as it goes on.
I might. I might make a metaphor later. I'm gonna try and make a metaphor that has to do with dicks later.
So we won't talk about many things that are current, except for that you have an album coming out.
Yeah.
What's the date on that?
December 10th.
That's definite?
That is definite. For me, at the very least. Like, it is definite. Like, if it gets pushed back, I'll say it right now in the air. It is a failure on my part.
So it should be out that day.
Yeah. I'll put it out. I mean, I got people from the label in here right now, but I'll put it out myself.
So it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out December 10th.
Your label guy looks like a much more normal, functional version of Billy Jr., who's a character on our show. The upside, doesn't he? I can't wait for Syph to come in and think, yo, Drew, doesn't the label guy look like an alternate version of Billy Jr.? Yo, is that crazy? We might have to take a picture of you to
really?
put. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Now, upside, we love Billy Jr. Downside, he lost his virginity 3 weeks ago, and that's who you're being compared to. You beat him by a week. You did it by 2 weeks ago.
How old is he?
He's 25.
No homo. He looks better.
No homo. He looks better. That was nice, Drew. You came in. No, that's nice. It's true. It's true. But I was too homophobic to say it. I'm too scared.
How old is he?
Billy Jr.'s 25.
And he just lost his
You're 26? When did you lose your virginity?
I think it was yesterday.
No, come on. Are you pre-20?
Yeah, pre-20.
Pre-18?
18. Week of 18th birthday.
Week of 18th birthday.
Week of 18th. Man.
What about you, Donald? When did you lose your virginity?
Man, I lost my virginity junior year of college, man.
Oh, come on.
I was 21. Yeah, he knows. I've talked about it because, I think about it and I'm like, holy shit, like.
What was wrong with you? Why?
Oh, I'm just awkward and I didn't really know. And also, I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so I was like, sex is bad. Like, I thought I was like gonna go to hell or just like get AIDS immediately and just like.
So
die.
when did you first kiss a girl?
I kissed a girl. Was that? It was high school. Katie Conover. I think that was it was the year Titanic and The Man in the Iron Mask.
So like 94.
Yeah.
So Syph,
No, that wasn't 94. That was
Titanic. 97.
Right? Had to be like 90.
Titanic's 95, 97.
Okay, so it was 97.
Syph, we just learned. We'll get to you in a minute.
What up?
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you? I'm not good.
Hold on.
You're
Really?
not- it didn't-
Hold on. We'll go back there.
We'll
Let
go
me
back.
finish this.
Yeah.
We'll go back there in a
I
second.
want to hear about it, though.
I want to hear about it.
That's mine.
We just realized, Syph, I just found out that Donald lost his virginity when he was a junior in college.
To another RA, yeah.
To an R, of course you were an RA.
I was an
God,
RA.
you're such a nerd.
I'm such a nerd.
Fucking nerd.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
crazy,
Nerds
right?
is in now.
Yeah, no, see,
But
that's
still, like
That makes me
your
more
level
uncool,
though. Yeah,
though. Like, it makes me more uncool.
No, you fathered it.
like that.
You
Like,
fathered it. Before nerdy was
I
cool,
don't-
you were just nerdy.
I'm just saying shit. Like, that's the thing. That now it's cool, and people are like, it's not. I'm like, but no, I actually.
That's me.
That's me.
Well,
Like,
let's be
I'm
honest.
not
There's going to be a
trying.
time when nerdiness is no longer in, and you're still going to be a nerd.
I hope so.
That's who you are.
I hope.
it's almost out as far as a trend.
You think the trend's fading?
Yeah, the trend's fading.
Trend's fading.
But real nerds are still gonna be nerds.
Right.
No,
what
it's
I'm
gonna
saying?
be like trap music. Like
Yeah,
it's
still
like,
gonna be there.
It's still gonna be there. I go to Atlanta, they still play trap, but like it's still there. But like
Yeah,
it's out.
as
It's
big,
not
yeah, mainstream.
It's not like,
It's
oh,
not
guess what
mainstream.
I found out.
Right.
You can do this. Yeah.
So you kissed a girl in high school.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But then after that,
Wait, dude, NYU?
No,
I'm saying
oh.
your virginity.
my virginity
NYU.
was NYU junior year. I remember
White
that.
girl.
White girl. Yes.
Goes
Did you already discuss that or?
No.
Just one.
I assumed.
It's NYU. you
When he
guys.
said RA at
it's
NYU?
it's an NYU. What? Oh, it's like
Not
the
LIU.
Huge black population at NYU.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What percentage is that? 10?
It's gotta be. I think it's lower than.
I mean, it could be lower.
It's like 10's like America.
Now, you know Syph was offered a scholarship to NYU and decided
How
not
you
to go.
bring
Was
that
it a full ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, full ride.
Full ride. Offered him a full
Go.
ride to NYU.
I fucked up.
No, like, that doesn't mean you fucked
No,
up.
I
just
should have
wanna
went.
know
I still
why.
should have went. No, because I wanted to take studio recording, and they had it at Nassau Community College.
Yo, that's fly
but,
as fuck.
but I look at it like
you were like,
that's
fuck
what I
NYU.
wanted to do. I wanted to be an engineer.
Then I don't think that's a
Yeah.
fuck up.
No,
at
but
all.
now thinking back, I should have went to NYU, and they had something similar at NYU. I didn't
They
know.
did have some similar. But like, your path is your path, man.
No, because the reason why I'm saying I fucked up is because where you really learn how to do engineering is when you work at a studio.
So you could have done that anyway.
The school was kind of bullshit, which was good, but it was kind of
A
bullshit.
little bit of it is like, yeah, full ride. That's the fuck up part because you didn't have to do shit other
Right.
than keep your grades up. Like,
Yeah,
God, so how good were your? We know your SAT score is astounding.
yeah.
Astounding.
Cypher does improv.
Syph got a
There's no
fucking.
way to
Syph
do
got a
that.
1540.
40, I think. Yeah.
Syph beat Judson, the kid I just told you about, who's the smartest person I know who works at Apple. Got a
But that's just-
1520. We called him 1520. That was
I
his
was a
name.
5%er, son. As a 5%er, you know the tricks that they use on those type of tests. It's all like looking at you look at the whole test as a puzzle.
As a puzzle.
Yeah.
They don't do analogies anymore, which was the shit.
Yeah.
They cut that shit out, but like analogies. Was the
Yeah,
shit.
and they
That's where you
score it
kill.
differently now, I
They
think,
score it
right?
differently.
I
I don't
hate-
even know. Do they take?
They
that
do.
thing?
They
Separate,
scoring
like,
though is
separate.
2000, I think.
Yeah,
Are
and
they
it's like-
culturally? Are they still culturally biased? Quote.
I'm sure.
Sure. I mean,
somewhat.
that can't change, right?
But that's what I'm
Are
saying.
they gonna start asking questions about LL Cool J?
And I knew when you know it's culturally biased, as a 5%er who just got knowledge, you looking at it like, oh, this some okay. I see what they trying to do. Nah, all right, and you figure it out.
Now I want to go back. There's a lot to talk about with Childish's life. His album's coming out December 10th. It's called
Because the internet.
Because the Internet.
Yeah.
It's called Because the Internet, which is tight. But I want to hear what happened. Syph was just having a makeup session, attempted makeup session with a crazy person known as DJ Khaled. I was getting frustrated on
Can
your
I say
behalf.
I appreciate you guys' honesty on all your shit. But by the way, like, I think this is dope.
What?
Like, I just glad that you guys talk like this. Like,
Oh,
I don't want to like.
Nah,
it's
it's
so
just-
hard for me to hold back lately. It's just I don't.
No, that
know.
you are the same way. You have the desire. I can always tell to just get to be you.
Yeah, like let's just talk about. Let's get to like if you disagree, like let's just chat. Like,
So,
it's all good.
I never used to be like that though.
And Syph used to be
I'm
averse to
very-
this, but
yeah,
but so what happened? What you on camera? It didn't go great. I was trying to
but
get
on
through.
camera, yeah, that's like morning show hype for his album. I try to like I try to make it so that when you look at the title of the video, you'll be like, I'm clicking that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was like, it's gonna say DJ Khaled Cypher Sounds fight or something like that, right?
and
Right.
you're aware of that, and you did that. Like, we just
He
like,
agreed to it. It wasn't
The
his idea.
only reason why I even brought up a personal issue on a public forum was because
Well, because people want to click on that. That's
yeah,
like,
and it's gonna help his
interesting.
album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hopefully, you know.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I did feel
So
type
what
of
happened
way.
off the air?
No, we just talked, and he's like, he realized some things. I realized some things.
So
and-
so why'd you say it went horribly when you walked in?
no, just like I'm just tense right now.
It was
Like,
still tense.
I'm just like amped. Like, why am I amped in the morning
I
time?
can feel
at
your
work?
energy is kind of
Yeah, like
high.
I gotta fucking like I'm a very calm person, and I like to be in control of my emotions.
You know when I thought you hurt his feelings slightly when he started getting tight was when you were yelling and being emotional,
Yeah.
and that's your boy, but there were other people around, and you were like, "Fuck you."
no,
Yelled,
because
fuck. And I knew what you
yeah.
meant. You were just saying to your man,
Right.
no.
No,
But see,
no, yeah.
that's-
It's like no when you're just like fuck you, like
No, no,
like,
that-
you're like, fuck
what
you,
I
man.
did
like, you don't
was-
even, like it's not the real shit.
What I did was what causes almost all of the problems in the hood is when you play somebody in front of other people,
It's a
and then
respect.
he then has to back his shit up, and then it could have got ugly.
That's
you know
how
what I'm saying?
everybody gets shot.
Yeah, I'm being
That
serious.
really is. That is the heart of it. It's like the gun
Nigga
is
try to
shown,
play
and it's
me.
like,
Yeah.
well, I can't back down
Right.
from this. Like, and the gun's already out. So
Yeah,
it's like
in
fuck.
front of
Like,
people,
in front
like-
of people.
and by the way,
like,
do you
I
see how
can't
many
get
people were
played.
watching in the other room?
Yo, I looked up. That was the most I ever saw.
We've never there's a secondary room back there where we shoot videos. We prefer to do stuff in here with people that we know and have time with, like this, so we can just talk. But that room has big lights and blah blah. And there's a secondary adjoining room with glass. I looked up, and I guess between Khaled and Ross and both labels,
Yeah,
there were and then staff.
every
here
intern was in there.
It was just 25.
Because
people.
I don't ever get like that.
Right,
So I'm
right.
sure they were like, what's going on?
Cyph you were emotional.
I feel bad.
And then why do you feel bad? You always do you go Ebro? You want to go back and apologize?
I already apologized.
You did?
I don't want to. I don't. He thought I was trying to play him. I wasn't trying to.
Oh,
play
you can
him.
apologize for that, but not your feelings.
I was having a private conversation in front of people, and it, at some point, a hood mentality is gonna make that become, yo, this nigga's trying to play me, and it has to be combated. That's why after that, if you notice, there was no more argument because he was just kept saying the same thing over and over, like
because a line had been
yeah.
crossed
So I had
for
to
some
like
reason.
fall back.
The best was Ross laughing through the
yeah.
entire
Right.
But that's the thing, though.
No,
It's
but
all
then
perception.
and one of the problems was his manager or his partner, one of my best friends. We worked out a deal, and he's supposed to send me a message of stuff he wanted me to tweet about the album. I never got the text message, so I'm calling him a liar. He pulled up the text message. So I don't know.
get it?
I don't know. I was in a movie theater, but I should have got it later.
It sounds
right?
like you guys are mad at Verizon.
That's where the beef is.
That's where the beef really.
No, but when he showed me that message,
AT&T,
You know what I'm saying?
when he showed me that message, that was a moment. Like, I was like, fuck, did my phone company make this happen? Like,
Always possible, Saif. Anything can happen.
anything
With
can
the
happen.
phone company. Donald, so yeah, you relax for a second. We'll get to Donald now for a
All
minute.
right, but listen, there has to be some
This.
there has to be some nerd improv talk a little bit.
Of course.
All right, please. I have to like
We'll separate it. We'll put it in a little box.
okay,
Because some people might be like,
Right.
I don't even know what they're talking
right.
about.
There's gonna be an inside moment within this podcast. Just understand.
No, that's great. Because
that has to happen. I have
you
too
admire
many-
Donald as a...
Yeah, but there's too many things happening right now where I need his knowledge, advice, and,
Life is doing some crazy dope shit with.
but we're not doing it yet. Go ahead.
doing
What
it
you
yet.
gonna ask? Music. Wait, are you doing? You talking about the analog shit?
We haven't even gotten to the analog shit yet.
Oh,
There's analog shit.
Well,
isn't your album analog?
I mean, a lot of it has like we ran through tape and we did a lot of things like through
That's-
like computer
that's
stuff like
my
that,
dream.
like that. But
so you recorded it regular, and then you would play it, then you would record to cassette.
yeah,
No,
we'd take it and then put it through tape, or we'd record it on something that we knew sounded shitty, or just kind of thing. A lot of playing around with that. Like we just wanted to.
That's my dream, man. That's my dream.
yeah.
That's doable.
Fucking.
That's very.
That's
doable.
like I went to school for that. Like, and then my teacher was like, learn all this analog shit now, because it's 5 years, it's gone.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That was in 94. You know.
Here's my question: is we were talking about this with me trying to work on a record and about stuff sounding big enough for the radio. Cypher, real quick, is that Billy Jr.?
I thought it was. I thought it was.
Look, even when he laughs
Because he was here.
today,
Yeah, he's here with the VH1 people.
Are they
walking
gone?
around. I don't know.
we need a picture of Billy Jr. and Billy Jr.
Yeah.
Drew, see if you could find the real Billy Jr.
I looked up. I said, Billy. Oh, that's not him.
I want to see this dude.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Talking to Mike.
So, my concern is this: if you go analog,
Yeah.
will stuff not sound radio playable these days because stuff sounds so big? Drums
Maybe
sound so
not.
big?
Maybe
It'll
not.
sound different.
It
No,
sound
but then no, it doesn't.
Man, I was
Because digital is trying to sound like analog, so it'll actually probably sound better.
yeah.
Because when people make beats, they run it through filters to try to make it sound analog. Because digital sounds horrible.
God, Saif, you seem like you did a bump of coke right before this interview.
Oh,
You're fucking all turned up. I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew, Chip.
yeah. You've been watching Boardwalk lately?
I didn't watch last night. Or
But I'm just
Sunday.
saying lately, right? Capone, every scene with Capone is just.
Oh man.
You notice that shit? Like, they're making him a fucking fiend on that show.
Well, no one was saying no back then.
Yeah, it was like,
no one was like, it's just like, yeah, this shit feels good.
No
Put it in
one-
Coca-Cola. It feels
It's
great.
so good. I could drink it all the time.
No one was saying no.
but
Make
just
a drink
every
around
scene
it.
is just like, even if he's not doing coke, he's just.
Yeah. He's one of those characters that can make you nervous, which I love.
Yeah.
That like Richie Aprile.
Yeah.
I think like
Skip
oh, man,
Rossetti.
he's gonna pop off.
Yeah,
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I'm gonna be honest. I did, but like it's certain at a certain point, I was like, okay, I know I love this show. I know I like this thing. I'm just gonna let it be. And also, everybody. It was
got too much.
kind of like Drake's album where I was like, everybody knew it. So it was like I didn't need to. Like it was weird when I was growing up. My dad didn't own any Michael Jackson, and I love Michael Jackson. I was like, Dad, why don't you have it? He's like, I don't. It's gonna be on the radio. It's around. I don't need it. It's like water. So I was like, I feel like with Breaking Bad, like with my hipster friends, they were all like, you got to see it.
So you
This
were living
happens,
through
this,
it
da, da, da.
anyway.
Yeah, I did that with The Wire. Like I was like, you gotta listen about it. I was that guy who was like, this is the best show ever.
You know what I've realized, Saif, about the Wire thing? because there's a going thing, which is that I haven't watched The Wire. It's like this total hypocrisy kind of. It's like it doesn't make sense in my character that I haven't seen The Wire, but I'm going to. Alexa and I get closer and closer every day. But I kind of
You wanna
enjoy.
borrow my set?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I've been had it. I just like getting people mad about it. Yeah, it's been sitting there. I got it. I realize white people get really irked by it because for most white people, every sensibility they have about black people comes from The Wire. So they're like, Rosenberg, how do you not have The Wire? I'm like, I know actual black people.
Hang out with black people.
They're like, if I didn't know Omar, I wouldn't know any black people.
It's like, you know there are gay black people? Omar's gay.
Excuse me? You wouldn't know that if you didn't.
But, you know, he's not the gay you think. Like that kind of shit.
Not the average gay.
Not the average.
He's not like Antoine Dodson.
He's not a hairdresser gay. He's like thug gay.
Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of homo thugs?
Yeah, that is true with you because you already know a lot of that stuff.
I mean,
to them, it's like the first time they're seeing anything.
It's like they never heard shit out of Compton.
Yeah.
This is the first check.
But it's just like a fun. That's the thing. Like you would enjoy the show.
Oh, I can't wait.
On a level of just like just the fun stuff that's in there.
I
just
know.
Like the way to
and how
then
phenomenal.
you realize someone.
everything that's in Breaking Bad is in The Wire. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. But it was good. You should go back. How many seasons did you miss out on Breaking Bad?
Oh, I missed a bunch.
Oh,
because I was like, oh yeah, I know. It's just like that's gonna be. I know that it's like a cake waiting for me at home.
No, you're gonna have it.
I'm just
sitting
like,
in the fridge.
It's like no one's there. No one's gonna. I don't have any kids. I don't have. No one's gonna eat it.
I mean, you'll be
It's
fine.
there. And I'm like, I know I'm gonna love it.
It's always there. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the kind of thing that if you have a lot of stress going on, you can kind of just sit down and do that. But it's not the most like non-stressful show to watch. There's some stress in it. It's not like
I
total
like it.
relaxation.
So I like
No,
that
that's
stuff
a-
though. That's the
Breaking
best
Bad?
part.
It's how it makes you feel.
That
You
shit is
feel.
not relaxing at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, it's high. It's,
I don't want to watch anything.
You
That's
feel like
not
me right
that
now.
A little bit. A little high.
Turned up.
Syph.
Yeah.
So what else going on? What else you want to talk to this guy about? I don't want to. He's been. How's your myriad of press been going?
It was good.
Don't cover your mouth though when you talk.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the only thing.
sorry,
That's
I'm
the only thing I'm going to make you be like press like.
No.
Physically
okay.
talking to the microphone.
No, yeah, it's been good. It's a little, I don't know. I just with the Instagram stuff, I was a little mad because like everybody was just trying to make me into something, like trying to close it up. Everybody's like being like, "Oh, here, like this is okay, like you're fine, like not a crisis. Here, take these pills. You'll fit." Like everybody was trying to like fix it, and I don't like
Fix
I
what?
didn't like just
What I
fix how I feel.
But how do you feel? Was
I
there like a
just-
big thing?
There was that's
What I
the thing.
miss?
It's like I don't think it was, but it went places. Like I posted some letters on Instagram that I wrote after a show, and then like people were like, Donald's like depressed, like or suicidal. And stuff.
He wrote. Here's one. Syph. I'm afraid of the future. I'm afraid my parents won't live long enough to see my kids. That's the most regular fear I have, by the way. I'm afraid my show will fail. I'm scared my girl will get pregnant at not the exact time we want. I'm scared I'll never reach my potential. I'm afraid she's still in love with that dude. That's the first one.
What is this for?
He just put this on Instagram.
Put it up.
Why'd you
He
write
was-
it though?
He was
exactly.
in his feelings. He was in his
exactly.
feelings.
You're just like, why did you do it? Like why people? That's why people are like, you're losing it. You must be crazy because why would you do that? It's like because it's Instagram and people put up like why do people put up pictures of their fucking car? Like why do people put up pictures of their money? Why do people like put up a picture of your boy's funeral too? Like that's life. Like there's both sides. I don't get it.
The shit you ever said.
Well, people don't get into their feelings like that. That's why.
but that's what I'm
I
saying.
know, yeah. That's
He's getting
people
into his
don't
feelings.
because people don't want to be vulnerable. And that's the
Yeah,
thing. I was like,
100%.
that's just me. I was like, man, I'm insecure. I know me, man. I'm just gonna let it out.
Hold on. I'm scared I'll never grow out of bro rape.
Yeah, remember bro Ray?
Oh my God.
Was that that was oh yeah, that's right.
Eric
Your shit.
comedy shit.
You was you don't remember that?
I do now. I was like,
No,
is that an
it's not just bro rape. I hope people didn't read that. It's just like I'm scared I won't stop raping bros.
That's what I read it
I
first.
hope that's not what people thought. There's a sketch.
You're
called
long
Bro
grown out of bro rape, man. Come on.
Nah, I mean like that shit is forever though. People forget. Like it's not like that shit was on TV. It's like there's 13-year-olds now who are just seeing it and being like, this is the funniest shit ever.
But what? Oh, and they always like they call you that, like, and they reference that.
Yeah, people still reference it. Yeah.
When you're upset about that.
No, I'm not upset. Like that's something I did, and like would I do it now? I don't know because I'm an adult. But like I'm not. I'm fine with that being part of my history, but I just don't want that to be who I am.
Yeah.
Like that's not all of what I am.
The spelling bee one is
The spelling bee one is still my mom's favorite. Like I like all those sketches. I think they do.
and the dude with the dictionary.
Oh my
That's the
god.
director.
Yo, what's his name?
Dan Ekman. We do
Oh,
the
that's Dan
dictionary.
Ekman?
That's Dan
Oh,
Ekman. Yeah.
Yo, son, he's horrible and like going to the page of the dictionary. Like he's way too
Like,
much in the beginning for it to be the N word. Like I was like, come on, he's in B right now. He's in B. Come on, man, study your shit.
Oh, how about do the dictionary?
Yo,
I just love that you paid attention to that. You're like, yo, nigga, you're in the B's,
like, what is
man.
this, the encyclopedia?
This is at the very beginning.
It's the N encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia is the whole thing. I was gonna say, yo, you know, Childish is
You
friend.
call him Childish?
Well, in this context, I do.
It's okay. You can call me Don,
I
whatever.
always call him Donald. I don't know why.
Honestly, I think of him
I'm
as
not
both.
a rapper.
I know,
Get
but
it?
the other day, I really do. The reason I think I do it is because both names have two names, so it's like I feel like he's a real person in both. Even though in this case his first name's Childish and his last name's Gambino,
Right.
neither of which is reasonable to think of.
Gambino's a little reasonable, but not really.
Childish is
just
absolutely crazy.
absolute anarchy.
I want you to answer something point blank right now. This is too personal for this podcast.
Dude,
Have you had any sexual relations with Janae Aiko?
no.
Why?
Friends with her?
Oh.
No, she's a super special being. Like I really like we're really close friends, and like we have a connection that is immediate, but like no, we've
Not
never.
like that. I need you to do me a favor though.
Yeah.
She is too hot and talented for me to tolerate her not like even knowing who I am. And I met her at a thing, right? I met her at a thing though, and I was like, this was 6 months ago, and I thought she'd be like kind of. This is when I have one of those stupid moments where I'm gassed and think maybe she'd be excited to talk to me because I was like, she was opening at a college show, and I just happened to be there because I'm hosting. And I'm like, hey, you should come by Hot 97. And she was sweet. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there was
She had no-
there was no acknowledgement that I'm like, no, we should. This could be productive.
Right.
So then I
Wasn't
followed
very-
up and went loser mode, and I've tweeted her a couple of times like, hey, never trying to pull the like, I'm friends with Donald Glover.
Dude, listen, and this is kind of why like I love her. Like I think she's special. She doesn't need anyone. Like that's the thing. She doesn't even if we were together, like she wouldn't really belong to me. Like she doesn't belong to anything.
And you would know
she's not
that.
in a world, and I would know that. And that's the thing. I've never had to deal with that. I've never had to deal with like.
Do you think you could?
girl,
So you do think that's not even an option for you? Like you could handle a woman who you can't really know.
She's
is
making
yours.
me realize that, which is I think is part of growing up. Like that's the thing is like that ownership or that idea. Like she's off in her own world. Like I remember I was talking to her about like music, and we were talking about smoking, and we were just talking and chilling, and she was like, she's like, I make songs. I just write songs and I make music. That's it. Like she's not worried about that's the thing. Like she probably loves you, but she's not like, oh, I should really talk to this dude because like he's on the radio and does like, and that's a big thing. She doesn't have.
I'm
that.
making a power move.
She's like,
she just is.
when I saw her perform, I was like, I totally got it because she just got on stage and she's just happy. She's just like, I'm just singing my songs and I'm loving it, and this is where I'm supposed to be. And when I'm off it, I'm just gonna hang and be.
See
alive.
that I'm like.
It's weird. We're so far removed.
Well,
from that.
also especially because, essentially, that's sort of how I live my life. But I fight to not be that way. I fight to be like I'm working all the time and I'm connecting with people and I'm doing things. And from being around this fucking guy, God knows what the fuck he knows. None of us know what the fuck we're doing.
Right.
I don't know
Ebro get
shit.
fucking yelling at us about doing more and
Right.
connecting with people. Meanwhile, I'm like, I think I'm talented and good at doing the things that I do. And what I generally do, if I'm not forcing myself to be someone I'm not,
Right.
I do my stuff and I go home.
Right.
And I live my life at home the same way you've seen in real life, and that's who I am. That's all I do. And then I go do my performance stuff, and then I go home. But it feels like that's not enough. Now, Janae does have another thing working for her. And this is not at all to diminish what she does.
Okay.
But she's strikingly gorgeous.
Right.
She's HOT, Syph. Way to point to the banner
Oh
and
yeah,
say that.
he pointed to the hot 97.
And
That's the hot part.
Yeah, that's just
And
the hot part.
she's not
she's not
97 years old.
97, but if she was, we should study her.
Yeah, that'd
like
be
it's important.
But that part probably does help in terms of it can lessen the amount of bullshit you have to do because when you show up in a room, people will remember you.
Yeah.
People
Right.
don't feel that way about schlubby Jews.
No,
You
yeah,
have to like actually have a conversation that they're like, he was so nice.
Well, you know
and
what you
charming.
need to do?
What's that?
You need to walk into more Klan rallies. Because then it's like,
a big deal.
what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, then it's all you.
You'll have all
Right.
You'll be standing up. For something.
So for her, every day's a Klan rally.
every day's a Klan.
Yo,
No,
that's
but wait.
new album title. Call someone. Can you text
Every
her
day's
and
a
say
Klan
we have
rally?
a title, an album title for you. Every day's a Klan rally.
Sell out.
The story of Janae Aiko.
Now called Every Day's a Klan Rally. Yo, no, I mean she.
You never
you're right,
tried to
of
hook up with her?
No, I mean like it never was like. I mean she's
Come on, you
gorgeous.
can't say it's never. Even the first time you met her, you weren't like, Or were you in a relationship when you met her?
No, I wasn't in a relationship. I've just been in a different place. Like,
Really?
I'm just like, look, I'm reading
What
like news. Like, I'm
Place
just,
is that? Is it Mars?
place?
Is it Gayland?
it's just.
Is that the place you're in?
Dude, I wish I was gay. Then I know what was going on. Then I'd be like, oh, I'm depressed because I want to fuck dudes. Like I was like I'm sad
wouldn't
because
you be
like,
fucking dudes?
yeah, because I want dicks. I got
Yeah,
back
we got
to
it
dicks.
full circle. So
we
we
got
came full circle. You
We
missed the
came
beginning.
full.
Funny.
But like, yeah, I'm sad
That's
because
improv.
I'm not, like.
So you know.
being
What are
who
you
I
sad
really am.
about?
I don't know. I'm just lost, man.
So you are sad. So when people said we're worried and they put out headlines that are Childish Gambino's not depressed, you are a little depressed or sad. Maybe not
Absolutely,
depressed.
but I'm like, I don't think
How about people-
I don't think mine is more important than everyone. I think everyone else feels the exact same way, and they're not like you're the day you just talked about. I'm like, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Which
when
day?
you're like, I try and do my job, and then I go home and I have my wife, and like you're like, I should be happy. I have a beautiful wife. I have everything. I'm doing everything. Why am I feeling a little off? It's like because I don't think we're really doing or connecting with people. Like the thing that when you said connecting with people, I was like, but are you really? Are you really like this podcast, like making podcasts? Is like, am I really like? I was in Washington Square Park, played the whole album for a bunch of kids. Kids were talking to me and stuff like that. People like and I probably shouldn't say this, but like my label was like, play 3005, play 3005, because that's the single. Play it over again. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to do that? The whole reason I made this song is so people can talk about what it is. Because like I keep reading people being like, this song is about a girl, and like I'll be right by your side. This song is probably one of the sadder songs on the album, I think. The song is about being completely lost, and I don't know what to do, and like just about death, about being like, I don't know what's going on. I probably won't remember. I won't even remember this conversation when I'm gone. But like whatever it is, I want.
How old are you?
I'm 30. But I just don't know I'm lost, and I'm mad about it, and I don't have a purpose.
Well, the funny part is what you hear him, Syph, and of course for you this is a double thing, right? Because our jobs are consistently to play the background. We're used to that, and then furthermore, he is utterly excelled. If you got to the level of Donald Glover in writing and comedy, you are thinking right now that would
everything.
in everything he does.
Everything.
You would think this is a guy who's younger than you, who's a friend of yours, who you can say you look up to, and like I would love to
Yeah,
do the things you
absolutely.
do. And he's thinking,
think
if I could
all
just
the
do
time.
more.
All the time, I'm like, damn, I wish I could do like Donald does. All the
Really?
time.
And no, that's the
All the
realest
time.
shit ever. I know that's the realest shit.
I think of anytime I watch 30 Rock, I'm like, I wouldn't even know how to start to write this. Like, how do you where do you start to write?
Like, you don't
You know
even
what I'm
get that.
saying?
No, I mean, but I think that's what I meant when I wrote all that stuff. I was like, I think everyone feels this way,
Yeah,
but
they have their
everyone's
own-
trying. But instead, everybody's like on Instagram, got my fucking with my bros, got my fucking. So I'm like, nah, I think that
Well,
you
that's-
want more.
They're
And I think you
covering.
wanna
Yeah,
push-
that's
they're
the,
covering
They're
it.
trying to like force a smile.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I just was kind of like, it just. I
No,
just feel
that
like-
shit
rid of it.
that's a whole nother issue. Of like
That's a whole-
people stunting is definitely like anyone who does that's like a lot and like.
Do y'all feel empty?
Sure. I
Feel empty?
That question
for
was
them.
so serious.
Do you guys
and
feel
point
empty?
blank.
I don't feel empty.
Okay.
Right, but let me tell you why.
Do you know why? Yeah.
I literally, maybe daily, have a talk with myself about: am I doing what I love, and am I happy with it? Am I being me?
Right.
That's where I'm at lately. Am I being me? Like I dress. I wear a lot of 90s Nikes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't wear the new Kobe Bryants or the fucking
just start wearing
LeBrons,
Jordans, though.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but that's what I like. I don't care if it's not the end thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
So it's like I literally I look in the sneaker store. Should I get a pair of LeBrons?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, but I think I'm one of the rarest people that actually has like that instant convo with myself every day. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's like no one. I don't think a lot of people do that. I mean, like you're obviously very self-aware and smart.
He
Like,
works on it.
Yeah,
But
and
that's
you
a real-
work on it. That's the other thing. You work on it.
yeah, definitely.
Like,
But you asked that. I definitely don't feel empty. To relate to you more though, but the thing is, my life has a lot of elements. I'm older. I have a wife. There's a little bit more structure in my life, but I do feel angry a lot.
Okay.
I do sit at home on those nights when I'm not out,
right.
and I do see other people stunning about the things they're doing.
I know. I
and
know
I'm
who
thinking,
or what you're talking about.
I'm not doing enough.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel that way too.
I think I fucking.
But also, you see those people. You see that, and you're just like, but that's not real.
That's not real.
You're like, and I'm just mad. I get mad because I'm like, but that's
But
not
it
real.
feels-
Well, no,
I know that
feel,
shit.
I feel that my output. And how I'm paid, and more importantly, the amount of people that I reach does not equal to my talent, and that bothers me. But I'm not willing to do that much more to change.
But see, and that's where I'm at. I'm like, I feel like I don't have a wife, I don't have kids or stuff like that. I'm still in a position to do that. But also, I look at that kind of stuff. I see, rappers or people, and I'm like, yo. I know that's fake. I know how much you make. Like, I know all that shit. Like, I know this is all bullshit. But people are buying into it, and I'm like, you shouldn't have that power. Like, I'm legit trying to make honest moves and make moves so, like, all of us can grow. Like, I want to make a show that, like, my sister can work on and become a producer because she can't get into any other, no one's letting her. Like, I want to make things where people can actually grow and actually be honest and things like that, instead of the stuff where people like, I'm winning, look at me, I'm winning, but I'm like, you're not only are you hurting yourself, but like everybody who's following is like, man, I gotta be like that, even though it's fake. Like, it's not real. Like,
that's ultimately why I diss the shit that I diss and prop up the shit that I love, right?
But I also don't want to be niche. That's the thing. Is like, I don't want to, like, I know a lot of people's like, you know who's really dope, blah blah blah, and it's like somebody who is great, but they preach to the choir.
No, you still want to be a general artist that people hear.
I want to be as big as I can be. Like, who said that? Who was saying?
Jeez,
Coltrane?
It's weird.
Like Miles Davis was just like, he's like, yeah, do you want to be like, you don't want to sell it? He's like, of course I want to make pop music. He's like, I want to make pop. I don't want, this album is not a rap album. I want to make pop. I want to make, and by pop, I don't mean like Katy Perry singing about love or like that kind of thing, which I'm not dissing. I love that shit. I'll play that shit at my wedding someday. But like, I mean like shit that will, like Peter Gabriel's pop, that shit was pop. But like,
Hall & Oates is pop.
Hall & Oates is pop. That shit goes where I'm just like, man, I want it to be as big as possible, but I want it to be real. I'm not down with this fake bullshit, and I see it everywhere.
But a lot of that's not your fault though. That's just the way things are distributed nowadays. There's a lot of different factors than the stuff we look at back in the days as being so huge.
Right.
Because it only came out one way. So now it's like fragmented. But I understand what you're saying, but just know there's other elements to it.
I'm trying to see if it's even, I mean, I think it's kind of maybe making me sad that I'm like, is it possible to do that anymore? Like, is it possible to be like a Johnny Carson star at this point?
No.
Like, yeah, it's like, is it not? Because it's like, you're
No.
saying like, I don't like these shoes. And I'm like, but to some people, they see those the shoes what you're rocking right now, you're like, this nigga's tight as fuck.
Yeah.
Look at the way he's dressed, this nigga's tight. And some people be like, I don't like, it's all sectioned out. Like, my timeline on Twitter is the news I want, not the news that I need.
Right.
Like, it's only like the news I want, like the people I follow. I'm like, yeah, Kanye's the biggest star. Like, to a 14-year-old girl, it's like, who's Kanye? Fucking Taylor Swift is the biggest star. Like, it, and you used to have people who be able to push culture forward with everybody, as opposed to people being like, you know what, this is my world. I don't need to know that. There used to be stuff that is like, you need this, and
It
you
went
have to deal with
everywhere.
it. And it went everywhere.
Also it'd be like, well, if you know X music, you have to know blank to get there.
Right.
Now it's not like that.
No.
Now you can just go have your little thing. You follow everything that is on the internet. Whereas before, to do that, you were having to watch Rap City. You had to see all the videos. It was more of a cultural movement that you had to participate.
And if I want you to like pay attention to it, I gotta like lick a sledgehammer for you to pay attention, which is like just like bullshit. Like it's like I don't have to like. Why do I have to do that? It just has. It should be just good enough.
Man, I'll never understand. I'll never understand. Like, look,
Am I making you?
No, but like when I saw, and this isn't a diss to her. She came into our show. She was nice. But when I saw Miley had like the biggest album on earth and everything, and I'm not saying she doesn't make decent songs. It doesn't matter. That's not why it blew up. It blew up because of this fucking ridiculous cultural bullshit that everyone decided was so interesting, which was really over crap. It was really over.
But why do you care?
It's for the same reason that he cares.
We want better.
Yeah, for the same reason that he wants a
everyone.
mainstream audience for him. Is that I'm like, but
but
because
they're
back
not-
in the day, I'm thinking, Graceland was the biggest album on earth. Paul Simon's Graceland. And back then or now, you would never listen to it and be like, well, this is trash. You'd be like, man, he made just fucking amazing music that people could sing.
So now the
love.
biggest thing in the world is trash.
And it's basically the biggest thing in the world because of social media,
Not
and a
because
performance
of
at the VMAs.
not because of the quality of the music.
Yes. that
What
bothers
does
me.
no? Not it's not even. That. It's like what does she stand for? Because music is advertisement now. Let's be honest. That's what it is.
I guess
You have to stand for something, though.
I mean, you don't have to stand. No, you don't. But if you're gonna be huge and and have a cultural like influence,
you feel you should stand
I
for
feel like
something?
it's dangerous if you don't,
Well, the
or
better-
don't at least understand
The
it.
better musical times generally at least had some people in the forefront who really stood for something. Like
Yeah, I
you
mean,
go-
Graceland is what? All about Africa, right?
No, that's just about weird, awesome shit.
Which is the one? He has an album about Africa.
no, that's all in Africa.
Oh.
And some of it is about Africa.
Oh, okay.
Some of it's just him. Paul Simon, like, his writing is sort of broken up. It can be verse by verse. Like, he just goes all kinds of fucking places. But either way, like, you look at the time that's least memorable for music. Pop American music is probably the late 70s in terms of disco, right?
Right.
Because it meant nothing. There was this period where it meant absolutely nothing. There are songs I like from that period, too,
Right.
that I enjoy.
Yeah,
But
melodic. There's still melody
Right.
into it.
But when it went from
catchiness.
black soul, when it went from like black soulful disco
So that's
to
where we are
white
now.
club disco, shit, it just went shit.
Because people want to have a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And of course, there was a flip side. Led Zeppelin was making albums then too. There was still other amazing shit being made.
So that's where we are now.
Yeah, and there's some
There's
really
some
good shit
disco
being made
shit
too.
going on right now.
I mean, look,
I don't think the other shit is coming back because like there's too many avenues. Like
well,
that's
it's
the
too
thing,
small.
It's too
The Led
small.
Zeppelin, like for example, Tyler's album, which I think is amazing. I think people look back and be
Tyler
like, man,
album, I think, is the best hip hop album of the year.
it's
so far.
phenomenal,
My
absolutely
personal
amazing, and it's just everything. People, it sold 125. You know, it has like its little niche, and he'll have a good career, and that's cool. But it's
But
I'm
that's,
never-
I've
that's,
never
but that's
listened to it.
bullshit. No, that's the thing. It's like it's not cool because it's like the people who already invest in that brand already have it. Like they're already like Tyler's dope, and I like what he stands for, and he's pushing me. They already are invested.
Well, that's what. Okay, so this is what I was saying a little bit before. Back in the day, like there was certain clubs, right? Like when I DJ'd, there was clubs and there was certain music. There wasn't like the internet would find all this music, right? So when I played, or like let's say a Mace concert,
Yeah.
right? Let's say there was 3,000 people there.
Right.
1,000 hardcore Mace fans. 1,000 people just going to a show with their friend or checking it out, and then 1,000 like don't give a fuck. They're just at something. It's whatever. That 1,000 in the middle would see him perform and be like, I kind of like this guy. I'm gonna go check out his album or go buy a single, whatever. And then your fan base would grow, right? Now it's all your fans gather together and you almost don't want new fans in there.
Right.
Like your
I see
fans are
that
like
all the
blocking.
time. I see that all the time, and I'm like, yo, that's whack. Like I see people just like, oh, I see all these fair weather, Childish Gambino, they're coming on. Now that he has like a more pop song, and I'm just like, those are the people I need. You're already on board.
Yeah.
Like you should be spreading like the thing
No,
that
people
you
want
like
to keep it
about
to themselves
And
now.
I'm just like, and everything's so niche, and I think that's lame.
I think Gambino has to go. Unfortunately,
Really, we
Sucks.
just started.
You gotta
getting
go?
Good.
I know we just started.
did?
What time's your flight? Do you have to leave? Do you have to leave town?
Who's the next? When's next?
Oh, the one that was 25 minutes ago?
The one that 25 minutes ago is next.
Oh, I told him that we needed time.
How far away is it? Can you go back in time? On the way there, can you go back in
I
time?
want to finish this.
Spin fast in the chair.
All right. Well, how long have you been going, Drew? What's our time at?
Fuck it. We're doing at least 15 more minutes.
Okay, we'll wrap in 15 minutes.
All right, so
That's from him. I said nothing.
I said that.
He needs this. This is cathartic time.
It
You
is.
guys hiring? Because I'm gonna get fired.
You're gonna get fired. Yeah, no. Well, you'll be Billie Jean stunt double. We're starting a TV show here, so. By the way, I want everyone to know, only 12 minutes left on my Big Daddy Kane Ain't No Half Steppin' 45
yeah,
auction.
Good
So,
for you.
I just want everyone. We're gonna go at least that long. It's currently I'm the high bidder at $16.05.
Okay,
So
cool.
we'll see, but it could. This one, Ain't No Half Steppin' can go up in the 40 range. It's less common than you would think. You'd think No Half Steppin' would be the one that's just like out everywhere.
Nah, I think all of them 45.
But fuck, I got Wrath of Kane. Yo, Wrath of Kane Raw remix, 45 this week.
Guy loves it.
Yo, it's so nerdy.
I go so hard with my nerd.
Nerd. Can I need to.
Want to go in now?
You're telling me there's a time limit.
I know, but do we cover enough about his? I'm still concerned about his
Man,
feelings.
fuck all that.
No, man, fuck my
his
I
feelings?
want him to enjoy. I want him to be happy though, to enjoy some of the success. People
That's
really
the thing.
love you.
I think people think like I'm just like walking around, just like the end is near, like just like.
I don't
like
think that.
When
no,
do you
like
get
I'm
in-
just
what do
like
you-
no.
what do you
this is just-
enjoy?
This is just me being alive. This
Performing?
Is how it is. Yeah, sometimes yeah.
Sometimes not.
Sometimes it's hard.
What about when you fucking these hoes?
I don't do as much as that as I
Have you
think
not
people
had?
do.
When was the last time you had sex? Let's be honest about it. Let's get right to it.
Let's be honest about it. I don't know.
In the last month?
Yes.
In the last month.
Yes, absolutely.
With a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a point where it's just like
People you're cool with.
yeah, people you're cool with. Like, like I just turned 30, so it's like a lot of those girls are just like I'm in this perfect range where I could date like a 45-year-old.
By the way,
or
so-
like
Yeah,
a
30 is the
22-year-old,
best.
and it's like that's the range. But like a lot of girls now who are like my age are just like kind of like they get it and they're like I don't really want to. Like they're just like he's safe. Like
Yeah.
they've grown up with Donald my entire life.
But are some of them also, if they're close to your age, like, now if he said, let's stop fucking around and actually date, that would be a great choice too.
Yeah, but like I don't want to
is.
marry. I don't want to do that because like that's the thing. Like a lot of girls are settling at this point.
Yeah.
You don't
and
want
they
this
see
stuff.
me
Absolutely.
and they're just like, oh, that's a stable. That's a good father and a good like.
You're an
and-
artist. You're
yeah, and
cool
artist.
and stable together.
But I take care of my family. And that like that's a staple thing. So like I don't want a girl who's just only seeing me as that. But then you kind of realize like, isn't that what marriage is anyway? Like it's just someone who like
is
I
to
can
a
count
point.
on this contract. Like that's pretty much what it is. Like if it wasn't, then we wouldn't get married. We just stay together.
we had
forever.
a conversation privately. I don't know if you can say this publicly. We can edit out if you don't like it.
Okay.
But about that you were saying there's probably just as good a chance with your natural choice that you could end up with a white woman or a black woman. But based on societal standards, it would just make your life easier to just choose black. Since you don't give a shit either way,
Right.
you might as well go black so you don't
Right.
have to deal with the bullshit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I found as I got older, like I've started to I look at really like marriage and staying with somebody becomes like who can I stand the longest. It like you becomes like, it's like who can I mean that's how I got I remember when I got the job on 30 Rock. I had an interview and I was like, we didn't talk about anything in this interview, but they were trying to figure out like, will we kill this kid if we have to spend 24 hours with him because that's how long we'll be in the writer's room together. And that's the rest of your life with a woman. So it's like, who can I stand even when I can't stand them?
That's a lot.
And the thing is, like, a black woman, I know I will because, like, they get me. I don't have to explain certain things where I'm like, I'm frustrated about. She's like, yeah, I know. Like, I have to deal with that on a bigger level. I'm a black woman, like, so, like, I feel like it just makes more sense because I was just like, I don't have to worry, like, because she gets me.
But don't you ever once in a while meet that white girl who's mad cool and sort of obviously
Still.
can't identify the same way though?
No, yeah,
Even
it's
you-
cool. I think,
I
you know,
can't
we were
identify
talking
with
about this the other day. It's really also the thing that plays in is like your kids, like a little bit. It's just like, how do you like?
Oh, my kids are gonna be fucked up.
Racially.
No, not racially too, but also like the shit I'm telling my wife that I'm not gonna teach my kids or be
Right.
willing. Like I'm like, yo, we're gonna listen to rap music with curses.
Right.
She's like, not in front of the kids. I'm like, yes. She's like, but they're gonna say those words. I'm like, they only say them if you make a big deal about them.
Right.
She said, well, they're gonna say them regularly. Well, then their teachers gotta deal with that.
I can't wait.
Yo, my kids are gonna be fucked up, man, because I don't celebrate
oh,
holidays.
everybody's gonna be fucked up. That's the thing, though. They're gonna be fucked up in the way that.
But
they
I'm not.
need
I
to
have a
be.
point. I'm not gonna lie to my kids.
Cypher said that. He said he would never lie to his kids.
I'm not gonna lie to my kids.
I'm just gonna let you know that they're gonna probably turn out not like me, but just like my mindset. Because like my parents,
They didn't lie to you?
They didn't. I mean, I remember.
They didn't do anything else, at least.
No, they didn't do anything. They were great. My parents were like, I love my parents and the way they raised me, but they were I remember I was the kid that broke the news to everybody. I was like, Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah.
And then people were like, what? And I was like, yeah, Santa Claus isn't real. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, heaven's not real either. Everybody just died.
You were psyched to say
like, I was just like, you just go. Because my parents were joking, and my parents were very much like, no, this is what it is, and this is like, and yeah, and you just kind of deal with it. My brother was like, understand. He was like, I'm atheist at 9. He was like, understood that. And then I remember being like, and I was older than him, and I was like, huh. And we kind of like talked about it, and like, but yeah, it's just not lying just allows you to be like, I think that's why I'm here, because I was just like, well, I don't have a lot of time. Like, it's like, I gotta do shit. Because like, if Jesus.
Syph, I have a question for Syph. Syph, if your kids walked in on you and your wife, and they're like, Dad, what's happening? You'd be like, simple, I'm fucking your mom.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be blatant with them. I'm going to be like, we're doing something that adults do that you'll learn about in the future.
But what it is technically is me just fucking going to town.
Why is your mom
fucking
on all fours? That's how we do.
Mom's, guess what's happening? Your mom's getting it tonight. And you better go to bed, because I don't want you to have nightmares. All right, Syph, what do you want to ask Gambino about? Can you keep it in the realm of like we were able to listen to it without falling asleep?
All right, so you know Fran Gillespie right now.
Yeah. You got so specific. He's like, you know, yeah, I do. Just talking about friendship shit.
All right, so you see what I'm doing with hip hop improv, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's very dope.
What you wanted to do back in the day and what I'm doing, or like, do you see, is it on the right path? You have any advice? Because you're like one of the sickest ones, and like for someone who like me who didn't get on a Harold team twice,
right?
Which is something you have to audition for, and I failed twice.
I also did not get on a Harold team.
Right, so that's why it's like a lot of people are starting to say people who don't make Harold teams are more successful, or like
it just
push through.
Not even like that. It's like, you know, it's the same. Not getting on a Harold team doesn't make you good or bad or anything like that. It's just, it solidifies of what you want to do. Like, it's the same thing as like how Seinfeld, like when kids are like, do you think I could be a comedian? And he goes and tells them, it's like, to their face, no matter how good he thinks they are, it's like, no, you can't do it. You won't make it. The ones that make it are the ones who wanted to be, who are always going to be that. So
I don't tells every kid no?
That's what I heard. I heard
really?
He tells every kid, like, don't do it. It's an awful job. You're not good at it.
Oh, so that's the shit, the top of the temple.
Yeah, it's like the cream will rise.
Don't tell anybody. And then
like the kid who's like, Seinfeld's right. Like, it was never gonna be he was just looking for affirmation from heroes and shit. Like, this shit is not about affirmation. So like, I think I like what you're doing, man. I think it's not about what Harold team you're on or anything like that.
Yeah,
you're exposing something that I think kids really. When I first got into it, I was loving it, and a lot of those kids like that you're exposing it to never see that.
Why is it so like? I don't want to say white because it's not.
No, it's white,
but it's culturally white. But why is it
white.
not? Why doesn't it go into the hood and to certain types of people? Like,
because name a time when it's like you go to an improv show and like where it's like there's like, you know, I guess like 25 to like 35-year-old white dudes playing improv, doing improv. What 25 to 35-year-old black dude has the time to take lessons and the money?
The
to
money is a
spend
factor.
Like $800 and then have time like, oh, I got like my dad was like my boys right now working at UPS like grinding hard. For like grinding
Money's
hard.
a factor.
Money is a factor.
Huge factor.
Time is a factor.
It's the same reason
also,
why
it's
like
who else is doing that? Who's gonna expose me to that?
Right. But it's not the content of the comedy.
The content of the comedy. I mean, that's the thing.
No,
it's
not,
like
not,
the SATs, like we were talking about.
Not like references. But I'm just saying the quality of the comedy would transfer to black and Spanish kids, basically.
Absolutely.
They're just not exposed to it.
No, they're just not. It's just not in the world.
Because there's some fucking hooligans that come to my show, and they're like they.
Well, do you know the funniest thing? When I walked outside yesterday, when Schoolboy Q did your thing, and I had to leave when they left to go to bed.
Yeah.
And so I walked outside and we're about to leave, and I was like, yeah, that was good shit. And I think it was either Masood. I don't remember who it was from TDE camp.
Yeah.
I think it might be Masood though. He was like, man,
Masood? I thought it was Musa.
Sorry, I'm fucking, my head's all over the place. Musa. Top Dog's kid. I think it was Musa or someone else. And Musa's like, I fucking love improv comedy, man. Like I always watch improv, and I was like,
That's crazy.
I was like,
The
okay.
same shit that people like love about rap when they're talking about rap. It's like, did you hear what that dude said? Like off the top. That's the same.
That's the whole
improv
point
shit.
of why-
It's the exact same muscle. It's the exact same muscle of like I came up with this on the fly and it was dope.
Yeah.
Like I did this on the fly. So it's the same muscle. The kids like that's all freestyling is.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like it's just they aren't exposed.
Yeah.
They expose it and you're doing that. So I don't have any.
Saif, what is your ultimate goal?
Make dope shit.
Is that it?
I was gonna say it was to be hired by Donald Glover as some kind of piss boy.
I'm.
Okay.
You
All right,
want to
well-
work, like, dude? As soon as that's what I'm saying. Is like as soon as I get like this like a platform to do shit. Yeah.
And where you would want to write and act and be a
Oh,
part of.
overall, my goal?
Yes, sure.
Yes. I want to write. I want to act. I want to produce.
You want to DJ in a booth by yourself and speak when Ebro lets you speak. I'm with
no,
you.
that's not one of my goals. No.
Well, you
That's
got
not
that.
time.
You got that
Yeah,
on Smash.
That's weird. That's weird. That's the one that's taking up most of my time.
But
and
that's
then,
what it would be. It would be write, act, do improv,
make
perform with other
movies.
improvisers.
I don't want to have like a job. Like if I get a good project, I want to make a movie. If I could be in a movie, I'd like
said
to be
the
in a
real
movie.
shit. You
What?
just said it, like
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
a
to
job.
have a job.
Yeah.
Job. Like that's the thing. No one wants to have a fucking job.
That's-
I
Or
don't
just
want to have a
one,
job.
like-
That's the biggest problem with our life.
Community was my like career. I loved working there, and then by the end, it was a job.
It's a job. Hot 97 was my fucking end-all, be-all, goal morning
Yeah.
show. I got it. I'm like, this shit is a job.
But the problem is people tell you you're crazy for feeling that way.
Right.
It's like you found the thing that you're supposed to do and they
Right.
keep doing it. It's like most people keep growing and wanting to
Yeah.
find things that they love.
And don't get me wrong, I love it. But when we were with artists and then everyone's like, all right, well, good seeing you, blah, blah, blah. Catch you next time. They go off and do whatever they're going to do. We got to fucking wake up. I got to
Right.
go. Even though I love my job, it's
yeah,
a
I
job.
still love it.
Yeah, it's a job.
I still love it, but it's a job.
And people can, and I'm grateful for it. That's the thing. I'm grateful.
Yo, we
for my
wake up
job,
before fucking truck drivers and like we entertain them and they're up. You know the guy delivering bread? Like we wake up before him. Like
but to make them laugh in the morning. That shit is crazy. So like,
So
bro,
you
Guys,
left
hold on.
community.
8 seconds. Oh, fuck. I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
58.
come on.
Ah, fuck! Damn it! I really thought I had it because it jumped to 26 with 10 seconds left, and I'm like, I'm at 31. It went to 46. I would have done 46.
Dude, that
why
hurt.
didn't you just
That
do
hurt.
50?
Because when I was reviewing and watching it tick down, I'm like, no one's done shit at 23 seconds. Usually by 23 seconds, you'll see a little bit of a push. There was nothing. I'm like, it's middle of the day. Everyone's sleeping on this.
DJ Shadows at home, like.
Funny part is, I always wonder, I'm like, do I know the motherfucker who just
Of course
won
you
this
do.
shit?
There's only 8 of you. I know.
There aren't that many nerds doing this.
Like,
And they don't show, eBay now doesn't show you who wins shit. You used to be able to like hate on the person.
Yeah.
Now it's just anonymous. I don't even know who did this to me. Guys, I'm sorry. I lost it.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
You got to go live your life, man. I don't want the label to hate us.
no, it's all good. I'm gonna go. This was good. I'm
Enjoyed
glad.
yourself?
So we're working on a show, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing a crazy show. All the hip hop improv shows I've been doing have led up to this moment.
And you want him to be the main person?
It's gonna be
More
I
than
gotta figure out the date though, because I am gonna be going crazy these past dates before the album. But I want to make
yeah,
sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. The date is the issue.
Well, listen,
It's
good
gonna be
luck-
crazy.
Good luck with all that shit.
But look, he's just so I'm saying, my movement is based on shit that you did. You are the father. Okay, if my movement is reggaeton, you're El General. Okay, you're the Panamanian.
That is the best compliment.
That is the most specific. Like
You're the
9 people would be like,
Panamanian
yeah.
dude who made a Spanish reggae and then allowed me to create reggaeton. Thank you.
Well, first of all,
You can't fight that. You can't compete.
I'm not gonna. I can't even.
Just change your name
I would say
to El
before, I guess,
General
thank you.
Gambino.
Yo, no, but I really like what you're doing. That's really dope. Like, just do what you want, man. And I hope shit with Khaled's dope at the end. Of
No,
the
they're
day.
banging on the glass now. They're gonna pull you. They're gonna grab you.
All right, he's out of here.
All right, I'm out.
Bye bye.
No. Oh!
Come on.
Yo, this is
Same
the best.
height.
Donald, speak on it. Speak.
White kid in the building?
Donald, speak on it.
This
Same
is
movement.
the most uncanny thing I've ever seen. Like, this is fucking crazy. Yo, like I thought they were just gassing me up.
Wait,
They
how
look.
old are you?
26.
See, you got a little more swag. He's only like
25. Swag?
Oh, I thought you were younger, Billy. You gotta step your shit up.
wearing the
You're
same
a fucking
jeans.
mess. Hold on. Cypher, real quick. The picture for Juan Epstein will be with Gambino with them around him?
Yes,
That's
come
it,
on, right now.
We don't even need to be in this picture.
Let's
I just-
leave and take the picture.
My friends love you guys.
Really? Oh, then they'll know who Billy Jr. is.
How do your friends love us and didn't ever tell you look like Billy Jr.?
I know, exactly. Yo, Donald, good luck with the album and everything. We'll talk to you before
No,
that.
we'll talk to you.
We'll build on that. Can I have the new songs, please, too? Last thing I have is
Yeah,
send
me
it to you.
too.
Donald Glover, ladies and gentlemen, December 10th, 1540.
40, I think. Yeah.
Syph beat Judson, the kid I just told you about, who's the smartest person I know who works at Apple. Got a
Well, that's just-
1520. We
that's-
called him 1520. That was
I
his
was a
name.
5%er, son. As a 5%er, you know the tricks that they use on those type of tests. It's all like looking at you look at the whole test as a puzzle.
As a puzzle.
Yeah.
They don't do analogies anymore, which was the shit.
Yeah.
They cut that shit out, but like analogies. Was the
Yeah,
shit.
and they
That's where you
score it
kill.
differently now, I
They
think,
score
right?
it differently.
Is that-
I don't even know. Do they take?
They
that
do.
thing?
They
Separate,
scoring,
like,
though, is
separate.
2,000, I think.
Yeah,
Are
and
they
it's like-
culturally? Are they still culturally biased? Quote.
I'm sure.
Sure. I mean,
somewhat.
that can't change, right?
But that's what I'm
Are
saying.
they going to start asking questions about LL Cool J?
And I knew when you know it's culturally biased, as a 5%er who just got knowledge, you looking at it like, oh, this some okay. I see what they trying to do. Nah, all right, and you figure it out.
Now, I want to go back. There's a lot to talk about with Childish's life. His album's coming out December 10th. It's called
Because the internet.
Because the Internet.
Yeah.
It's called Because the Internet, which is tight. But I want to hear what happened. Syph was just having a makeup session, attempted makeup session with a crazy person known as DJ Khaled. I was getting frustrated on
Can
your
I say
behalf.
I appreciate you guys' honesty on all your shit. But by the way, like I think this is dope.
What?
Like I just glad that you guys talk like this. Like
Oh,
I don't want to like.
Nah,
it's
it's
so
just-
hard for me to hold back lately. It's just I don't.
No, you are the same way. You have the desire. I can always tell to just get to be you.
Yeah, like let's just talk about. Let's get to like if you disagree, like let's just chat. Like,
So,
it's all good.
I never used to be like that though.
And Syph used to be
I'm
averse to
very-
this, but
yeah,
but so what happened? Well, on camera it didn't go great. I was trying to
but
get
on
through.
camera, yeah, that's like morning show hype for his album. I try to like I try to make it so that when you look at the title of the video, you'll be like, I'm clicking that. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, it's gonna say DJ Khaled Cypher Sounds Fight or something.
3 weeks ago, and that's who you're being compared
Lost.
to. You beat him by
How old
a
is he?
week. You did it by 2 weeks ago.
How old is he?
He's 25.
No homo. He looks better.
Oh, he looks better. That was nice, Drew. You came in. No, that's nice. It's true. It's true. But I was too homophobic to say it. I'm too scared.
How old is he?
Billy Jr.'s 25.
And he just lost. His
You're 26. When did you lose your virginity?
Like, I think it was yesterday.
No, come on. Are you pre 20?
Yeah, pre-20.
Pre 18?
18 week of 18th birthday.
Week of 18th birthday.
Week of 18th. Man.
What about you, Donald? When did you lose your virginity?
Man, I lost my virginity junior year of college, man.
Oh, come
I was
on.
21. Yeah, he knows. I've talked about it because, like,
Come
I'm just
on.
like, I think about it and I'm like, holy shit, like,
What was wrong with you? Why?
oh, I'm just awkward and I didn't really. And also, I was raised Jehovah's Witness, so I was like, sex is bad. Like, I thought I was like gonna go to hell or just like get AIDS immediately and just like.
So
die.
when did you first kiss a girl?
I kissed a girl? Was that? It was high school. Katie Conover. I think that was like it was the year Titanic and The Man in the Iron Mask.
So
came
like
out, I remember.
94.
Yeah.
So Syph, we
No,
just
that wasn't 94. That was older than
Titanic
fourth grade,
97.
right? Had to be like 90.
Titanic's 95, 97.
Okay, so it was 97.
Syph, we just learned. We'll get
Yes.
to you in a minute.
What up?
Hey, what's up, man?
What
How
up,
are
my
you?
brother? I'm not good.
Hold on,
You're
really?
not- it didn't-
Oh, hold on,
no,
hold on.
no,
We'll go back there.
We'll
Let
go
me
back.
finish this.
Yeah.
We'll go back there in a
I
second.
want to hear about it though.
'Cause I want to hear about it.
That's mine.
We just realized, Syph, I just found out that Donald lost his virginity when he was a junior in college.
To another RA, yeah.
To an R, of course you were an RA.
I was an
God,
RA.
you're such a
I'm
nerd.
such a
Such
nerd.
a fucking nerd.
It's unreal.
fucking-
It's unreal.
crazy,
Nerds
right?
is in now.
Yeah, no, see,
but
that's
still, like
That makes me
your
more
level
uncool,
though. Yeah,
though. Like it makes me more uncool.
No, you
I
fathered
think,
it.
like that.
You
Like,
fathered it. Before nerdy was
I
cool, you
don't-
were just nerdy.
I'm just saying shit. Like that's the thing that now it's cool and people are like, it's not. I'm like,
something like that, right?
and
Right.
you're aware of that and you did that. Like, which is
He
like,
agreed to it. It wasn't
The
his idea.
only reason why I even brought up a personal issue on a public forum was because
Well, because people want to click on that. That's
yeah,
like,
and it's
that's
gonna help his
interesting.
album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hopefully,
No, yeah.
But yeah, I did feel a
So
type
what
of
happened
way.
off the air?
No, we just talked, and he's like, he realized some things. I realized some things.
So,
and-
so why'd you say it went horribly when you walked in?
No, just like I'm just tense right now.
It was
like,
still tense.
I'm just like amped. Like, why am I amped in the morning
I
time?
can feel
at
your
work?
energy is kind of
Yeah,
high.
like I gotta fucking like I'm a very calm person, and I like to be in control of my emotions.
You know when I thought you hurt his feelings slightly when he started getting tight was when you were yelling and being emotional,
Yeah.
and that's your boy, but there were other people around, and you were like, "Fuck you."
No,
Yell,
because
fuck. And I knew what you
yeah.
meant. You were just saying to your man.
Right.
no.
No,
But see,
yeah,
that's-
it's like no when you're just like fuck you, like
No, no,
like,
that-
you're like fuck
what
you,
I
man.
did
like, you don't
was-
even, like it's not the real shit.
What I did was what causes almost all of the problems in the hood is when you play somebody in front of other people,
It's a
and then
respect.
he then has to back his shit up, and then it could have got ugly.
That's
you know
how
what I'm saying?
everybody gets shot.
Yeah, I'm being
That
serious.
really is. That is the heart of it. It's like the gun
Nigga
is
try to
shown,
play
and it's
me.
like,
Yeah.
well, I can't back down
Right.
from this. Like, and the gun's already out. So
Yeah,
it's like
in
fuck.
front of
Like,
people,
in front
like-
of people.
And by the way,
like, I
do you
can't
see how
get
many people
played.
were watching in the other room?
Yo, I looked up. That was the most I ever saw.
We've never. There's a secondary room back there where we shoot videos. We prefer to do stuff in here with people that we know and have time with, like this, so we can just talk. But that room has big lights and blah blah. And there's a secondary adjoining room with glass. I looked up, and I guess between Khaled and Ross and both labels,
Yeah,
there were and then staff.
every
here was
intern was in there.
It was just 25.
Because
people
I
in the
don't ever get like that.
Right,
So I'm
right.
sure they were like, what's going on?
Cypher, you were emotional.
I feel bad.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you're listening to the Juan Epstein podcast, Cypher will be here in a second. He's talking to DJ Khaled. I think they're trying to reunite their friendship. And my good friend and a friend of Cypher's, Donald Glover, is here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey,
First time. This is the first time you've done Juan Epstein. Actually, I think you've done
what
real.
to say? We've been in this room before. We did.
I think we did a real late interview in here, and I think me and Cypher just interviewed like for video and stuff.
Yeah, one time.
But this is different. The
This is the
podcast
first, yeah.
it's different. We can just totally
Talk. I can say dick.
and say
and not
dick.
get in
We can say,
trouble.
hey, shit. You can say dick as much as you want, man. If you want to make this all about
dicks.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna be honest. I don't, but,
All right, but-
it is comforting to know that I can say it.
if you wanted to go there, you could.
I mean, like, I don't know where this is gonna go. That's like, I don't.
Let's.
know.
Well, yes, that's right. Let's leave it open. Maybe you do decide you want to talk about dicks as it goes on.
I might. I mean, like, I might make a metaphor later. I'm gonna try and make a metaphor that has to do with dicks later.
So we won't talk about many things that are current, except for that you have an album coming out.
Yeah.
What's the date on that?
December 10th.
That's
December
definite.
That is definite for me, at the very least. Like, it is definite. Like, if it gets pushed back, I'll say it right now in the air. It is a failure on my part.
So it should be out that day.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll put it out. I mean, I got people from the label in here right now, but I'll put it out myself.
so it's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out
Yo,
December 10th.
your label guy looks like a much more normal, functional version of Billy Jr., who's a character on our show.
Uh-huh.
The upside, doesn't he? I can't wait for Syph to come in and like think. Yo, Drew, doesn't the label guy look like an alternate version of Billy Jr.? Yo, is that crazy? We might have to take a picture of you to
Really?
put. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Now, upside, we love Billy Jr. Downside, he lost his virginity.
But no, I actually,
That's me.
that's me.
Well,
Like,
let's be
I'm
honest.
not
There's gonna be a
trying.
time when nerdiness is no longer in, and you're still gonna be a nerd.
I hope so.
That's who you are.
I hope.
It's almost out. As far as a trend,
You think the trend's fading?
yeah, the trend's fading.
Trend's fading.
But real nerds are still gonna be nerds.
Right.
No,
what
it's
I'm
gonna
saying?
be like trap music. Like
Yeah, it's still gonna be there.
It's still gonna be there. I go to Atlanta, they still play trap, but like it's still there. But like
Yeah,
it's out.
as
It's
big,
not.
yeah, mainstream.
It's not like
It's
oh, guess
mainstream.
what I found out.
Right.
You can do this. Yeah.
So you kissed a girl in high school.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But then after that,
Wait, dude, NYU?
No,
I'm saying
oh.
your virginity.
my virginity
NYU.
was NYU junior year. I remember
White
that.
girl.
White girl. Yes.
Goes without
Did you
saying.
already discuss that? Or
No.
just one. Just
I
figure-
assumed.
Just
It's-
figure-
It's NYU. you
When he
guys.
said RA at
Like,
NYU?
it's an NY. What? Oh, it's like oh yeah,
Not
the
LIU.
huge black population at NYU.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What percentage is that? 10?
It's gotta be. I think it's lower than.
I mean, it could be lower.
It's like 10's like America.
Now, you know Syph was offered a scholarship to NYU and decided
How
not
you
to go.
bringing
Was
that
it a full ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, full.
Full ride. Offered him a full
Go.
ride to NYU.
I fucked
got-
up.
No, like, that doesn't mean you fucked
No,
up.
I
just
should have
wanna
went.
know
I still
why.
should have went. No, because I wanted to take studio recording, and they had it at Nassau Community College.
Yo, that's fly as fuck.
But I look at it like
you were like,
that's
fuck it,
what I
like,
wanted to do. I wanted to be an engineer.
Then I don't think that's a
Yeah.
fuck up
No,
at
but
all.
now thinking back, I should have went to NYU, and they had something similar at NYU. I didn't
They
know.
did have some similar. I mean, like, your path is your path, man.
No, because the reason why I'm saying I fucked up is because where you really learn how to do engineering is when you work at a studio.
So you could have done that anyway.
The school was kind of bullshit, which was good, but it was kind of bullshit.
A little bit of it is like, yeah, full ride. That's the fuck up part, because you didn't have to do shit other
Right.
than keep your grades up. Like,
Yeah.
God, so how good were your? We know your SAT score is astounding.
Yeah.
Astounding.
Cypher does improv.
Syph got a
There's no
fucking.
way to
Syph
do
got a